I'm perfectly fine with you not following me around like little puppy dogs.
Alright, greetings and salutations, those of you who are watching this video after the fact. We're still watching the last little bit of Jerry's stream, but I'm going to be up and running for when he's done.
For this particular show, because in general enough people are like, this, that makes sense. Also, I should totally get rid of Melania release notes. Last updated
Just getting rid of all this stuff
by me, because nowadays it's done by Coco Majibo and crew. Base attack speed for bows throwing weapons adjusted for a better experience in the heroic levels, keeping the current max stack at BAB 25 and above. That's really just a recurve.
I suspect, for whatever reason, I feel like we're going to have a double daily dice pretty soon.
Coup de Grace now requires its proper 5 levels of bar. Items that grant net spell power also grant an equivalent amount of poison spell power. That is something that isn't relevant now, but will become relevant when Alchemist debuts. And ultimately, we didn't want to go through the process of trying to pull out all those changes, because it didn't matter. It just didn't feel like a good use of time.
Turn Jerry up just a little bit more here.
So it's not particularly relevant now. It'll grant that spell poison, or that poison spell power, but there's nothing you're really going to get from it until Alchemist arrives, because all the non-alchemist existing poison-based spells tend to be stat damage spells rather than direct poison damage spells, and so they are therefore not affected by spell.
So we have 10 keys.
Fixing the thing where your clubs are no longer piercing, or no, battle axes are no longer piercing in Night Revels.
Challenge bonus.
We fixed the thing with crystal lasers and mirror puzzles, so that Stream Tom never has to experience that on stream again.
Alright.
That's news to me about footsteps sounds. And then we do have, you know, the stat thing here. Oh yeah, here we go. Just a minor one. But the grouping panel now has Warlock, which has been long time. Surprisingly challenging. But it's here now, so there you go. And that's kind of nice. What else? And you can now use the word hardcore in your guild message of the day. Hopefully it's perfect. Oh, and also we've changed when you die, it's now a bigger red. Oh, and also if you have epic levels in your triple class, all that's going to show up on the member list because we're technically counting epic levels as a class, and so it was pushing things wrong. Yeah, cloaks have been designed to sit on a backside of a horse. Like I said, there may currently on Melania be a few cases where that polish hasn't quite been done yet, but for the most part, that's the intention. Ready for live.
Just keep stabbing.
And yes, we'll be hopefully going to be adding alchemists along from that as well. Can I teleport to the land of lost souls on an admin from the hardcore server? Yeah, technically I want to. I don't know why. I want to, but I could if I wanted to. Then it's also your hardcore server.
Oh, big throw. Oh, and now red alerted. Alright, we're going to have to trust our hireling here a lot more than I would like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come here, beholder. Oh, and a hold. Great. And another throw. Alright. Let's clear the trash, though, so we can get this Doom Spear down. Shooby-doo-wah, Doom Spear. Alright, now we're back in good shape again.
What is the live gate for people in Borderlands? TBD. We're just doing our first Millennia preview. I think people who are used to Millennia previews will probably have a fairly good idea of what that means. But in case you don't, probably we usually do a couple of previews, about one a week, and then when things are ready.
There we go. Gather new.
Yes.
No new keys yet. Man, I was averaging like 3.5, 4 keys a run. Now they're suddenly very stingy.
You get a silver dragon in India. We do not. You currently cannot. The idea of searching all your alts for a given item would be amazing, but I have a suspicion that would be just an incredible undertaking. It is not likely to happen anyways. Wujay over on YouTube, thanks for being here. When will the new expansion come out? I just want to make sure you're aware that Keep on the Borderlands is not an expansion. It is an adventure pack. It'll be free to VIPs. And
oh, hey, I should probably get the chat turned on.
Store for those who wish to purchase it.
I don't think the chat is currently turned on. Apologies if anyone's doing anything on the chat.
Pack-sized and a price. Thanks, Elizabeth, for stopping by. Wish we'd do more Forgotten Realms adventures in Greyhawk 2. Greyhawk is a little bit of a weird place, I think, in terms of 2019 licensing and such. But Forgotten Realms, I'm sure we will be doing more Forgotten Realms stuff. I know we will. Alright, somehow I managed to kill most of an hour. Anything else you guys want to... I mean, technically, you're not in... I mean... Is it Temple where you're against the slave lords? I can't remember. One of them is like you might technically be of the opinion that you'd be in Greyhawk, but it's not actually. It's just some unknown world that's not Eberron. Something like that. Elenwy wants a unicorn. I knew. Yep. I knew that was coming. But I only want a unicorn if we have mounted combat, so you can pour your enemies with it. Can we see me tell it to the Land of Lost Souls? No. I don't know why you're so interested in me doing that. Does your jump skill affect first jump? Let's see if I can figure that one out.
Come here, beholders. So I got the command loaded up to raid over from DDO stream, ready to go. Just need to wait patiently until Jerry's done.
I'm not able to easily get it done, so I guess we'll just have to. If you sustain any amount of damage, you get thrown off the horse? No. You have to sustain a certain, I believe, basic percentage of your own hit point damage or something. Because you can ride through and take a few hits. It's real similar to the way Loshra does it. If you've ever seen that. Right, I don't know that we're going to see that kind of difference. I really wanted to. One of the ways to make it most obvious was to just me give myself like 100 jump, and then we'll know for sure whether or not I did it.
There's a guy back that way. Should be good.
Technically can mount your horse if you're near a mob. It might make running away from mobs easier. However, if you're taking damage, you're probably going to be taking enough damage that your mount is not going to. Yeah, I mean, like I say, I really know for sure if I was able to just give myself a ridiculous jump and see how that impacts things. But can I try going into stealth mode on my horse? Horse goes away, and you arrest. If you mount while on stealth, you lose your stealth.
Excuse me.
No, I'm going to leave that one for later. Let's see.
Alright. Defeat the champion. How are we doing on keys? Oh, we got one extra key.
Yeah, I agree. Zero cool. Hero of the year goes to
So this is our 4th run. If we don't pick up one more key, we will drop below 3 keys on average.
They're going to be basically tethered to your avatar, so it should just do what they would normally do if you're running too fast compared to.
And I suspect we're. Oh, what a rip! I was mid raging crush.
Yeah, 40 did. I was just basically going. What my intention was, I was going to set it to 0, and then do a jump. And I was going to set it to 100, and then do a jump, and then we pretty clearly know whether there was. But it looks like I'm out of time. So, Samius is going to be up here in just a minute. You can find our full schedule over on twitch.tv/DDOstream. Thank you so much for your support of Extra Life, extra-life.org/team/SSG if you wish to donate. We'll be kicking off November later this week. We'll have more information about Keep on the Borderlands in the coming weeks. Tonight, there's a dev event on the money if you want to check it out around 6 to 8 o'clock. Till next week. Have a good day.
Alright. Greetings and salutations, mother truckers.
Lana.
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 Lana! Lana!
Danger zone.
Alright, greetings and salutations. Welcome to today's Follow the Noob.
It's a very intense moment. The chance to try something nobody's ever tried before.
Thank you very much, Varsh, for your 12 month subscription. Thank you, my guy. My bro, my dude. Bum, 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 bum. Welcome to the USS Fat Halfling. Get that name in there correctly before I spit it out all wrong. The Black Dragon of Old. Thanks, mate. Appreciate you. Alright, so I'm back on Sarlona today, doing some Night Rebel stuff. This week I've been working on the bus during the day. So I have not... usually on Mondays I've been working on Maybar, and then the rest of the week I've been working on the hardcore server. So I thought I would take today and kind of basically make it the last day of the Maybar stuff. I think this weekend's the last weekend. I don't remember exactly. There might be a little bit more time, but I'm pretty close to the end. Let's see. Good morning, Forehand. Shepherd, good morning. Your mount is gonna hate you, probably. My mount will definitely hate me as well. So things that I am still kind of interested in getting. I'm pretty sure I have a level 4 crossbow, and I'm pretty sure I have a level 20 and a level 28. I don't know if I care about these different levels other than that. So 4 is good, 20 is good, 28 is good. I'm sure the rest of these are also really solid, but I just don't care. So the next thing that I actually do care about, I kind of want to look at the cloak. I generally don't care about the rest of the cosmetic stuff, but I am a little bit interested in the cloak. I'd have to do the spectral scales thing, and I don't want to. So we're going to worry about that later. I think all the rest of this stuff I am good on, with the possible exception of the Ghost Touch gems, which... where are the Ghost Touch gems? The rubies? No. Where are they hiding? Ah, here we go. So I need more caramels and more apples. I don't think I have anything I want to upgrade with the Vent Solar. I already have all these for the year. I have these still from previous runs. And the rest of this stuff is all stuff you get at the end when you don't have anything else left to get. Okay. So right now we have enough for 1 Ruby Ghostbane. Hey, good morning, Wood. Ghostbane augments, yep. Billy, to look at how... so I would look at them on the wiki. Pretty sure over here on the wiki they have the... cosmetics for the hardcore, or for the Maybar. Here we go, Maybar Festival. What's the name of this bloody cloak? Reaper's Cloak. I mean, I'm sure it looks like all the other ones. Just whatever color this year's going to be. Oh, there's not a page in the wiki. I stand corrected. That is weird. Alright. Candied apples and caramels. What do you think? Resurrection? Or Lord's March Plaza. I've been doing the Plaza. I feel like the Plaza one's quicker. Shu's been really working hard on this house thing. He cut a giant hole in the side of the house this week. I don't know if you guys follow him on Facebook or not, but yeah, apparently the guy who owns the house got a permit to put in a window, and he just cut like this massive, just massive hole in the wall. Is there a page? Oh yeah, that's where I was at. It's listed, but the page is not, doesn't exist. So I woke up. I'm going to tell a little story here. So, Beef from the chat and my friend Tobrell and I have been doing the various quests on Reaper, the hardcore server. There we go, hardcore server on Reaper. And I'm one of those people that when I do something for hours and hours and hours and hours, I tend to dream about that stuff pretty hardcore. So I was pretty soundly asleep, and I'd been asleep for a couple hours. Not a lot, but a couple. And I had a dream that Beef and Tobrell were busy talking about something. Something stupid, probably. And they weren't paying attention to the quest. And all of a sudden, I turn around and I see like 3 or 4 Reapers coming at us. And I'm like calmly saying Reaper. I'm like 3 Reapers behind us. But they just won't shut up. And they just keep talking. They just keep going. And I'm just like, guys. And I'm trying to kill these Reapers. But I'm either out of mana, or my spells are completely ineffective. I just can't deal with these Reapers alone. And I end up pulling the Reapers back to the guys in the course of events. Well, I end up falling in cap during this fight. And Beef and Tobrell die. And everything wanders off. And I'm fine. And I like get out of the quest. And the amount of hate that Beef and Tobrell give me for not letting them know that Reapers were coming at us woke me up from my nap, or from sleep, and would not let me go back to sleep tonight. Oh man, it was crazy. It was just like it was on point. Your secret plan is to kill the wizard to make you play the bard. I really think that, 1, that's not going to happen. And 2, overall, yeah, you're going to lose some mana regeneration, but things are going to die so much quicker that it'll make up for it. Oh, what are we doing? This is the one you got to fight back down the hallways. So anyway, I also have my rolls. For whatever reason, I had the feeling that we were probably coming up on a gold roll. Or double gold roll weekend, whatever it's called. But looks like it's challenge weekend instead. Which is kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, I just was completely shaken awake. And it was just the, like, trying to get assistance from the guys and they just would not shut up. Miss Jerry's whole show. The show was mostly him riding around on a pony, trying things for people. So, not that it was not useful information. It's just there was no questing or anything like that. It was showing off the pony. I still think it would not be that hard to add a pony, make it glow a little bit, and give it to the paladins. So the paladins have their, that's only like they add a feat that summons that particular mount to the paladins, and then the paladins get their one more of their class features back. That always kind of feels like a real jip when you lose class powers. And then we can start getting on people about getting our familiars. Nobody called you an exploiter for wanting a banker there. I didn't completely understand but what his comments were either, but there's probably something weird going on that could happen in Korthos if you're not worried about some duplication bug or something. Yeah, I think that if you could just add either an airship porter, a freaking banker to the sunny side, or put a banker closer in on the little island. I don't know, something. Definitely feel like there's no reason can't be a banker in Korthos. Let's see, we have to go get this guy. If anyone happens to be on Sarlona and you want to do this stuff with us, and by us I mean me, feel free to send me a tell. I'm doing level 23s at the moment because I'm level 18. We're working on capping out. Not a massive rush because they're going to have the new class soon. I think we could probably get once the hardcore server goes down, we could probably get a whole life in before the new class comes out, I'm sure. I don't know if it's that so much as that if you could yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get into it super deep. I don't think anything's coded for that, but it's probably more to do with the currently existing bugs being exploited by people with zero care about their characters. The thing is that if you were to catch a duper, doesn't that just punish their whole account? Not just a duper, but a spammer. I don't know. I also don't really get spam in DDO anymore. They've done a really good job of setting things up in such a way that I don't really see a lot of like plats farming spammer people. Because you would think if they were going to exist, they would be on the hardcore server. Like the place where people take advantage of any help they can get. That seems like the place that it would happen. I guess the problem is you have to be a subscriber there. A VIP. I don't know. Yeah. That's more what I'm thinking you might have got the nail closer to the head there, Beef. There's a big crit. Oh, man. Tell you I died earlier today. Kind of screwing around. In the first quest. I forget what it's called. The Delirious Graveyard Chain. I got held, turned to stone, and 17 negative levels. And then I died. I tell you, it was great not having to stress out about dying. I just calmly released. After like weeks of high stress anxiety about not wanting to die at any cost, it being just like, meh, it sucks, but not that big of a deal is a nice change again. Oh, man. You died today also doing a R3 Vaughn 3 and had to open the door with the force trap. Where's your Ellery? Ellery, my man, or your Skelling, your level 10 dude, your Scarecrow. Oh wait, maybe you don't have a Scarecrow. See, what was the other one we needed? Apples, right? Smashing Pumpkins. Grave work. Like grave work. This one is no big deal, but man, it feels really long.
An unnatural darkness has descended upon this valley, and a restless wind roams through the trees. A lone wolf, a necromancer, has made his home somewhere in these deserts.
No. It's like having a good sword. You wouldn't say a sword is a crutch. It's just a tool in your arsenal. Yeah, I like this one, I think, better than the Smashing Pumpkins. I know, it feels forward. Where a lot of the other quests don't feel like you're going forward. We're getting close to capping out.
But the spellcaster is under attack by opening the scarecrows.
I'll also say the good thing about being, like, scared awake this morning is that I got an extra hour to hang out with the wife before sitting up the stream. She had a doctor's appointment. So, got a little extra time to hang out. So we did get to watch a show or two. No, a show. I watched bits and pieces of a YouTube show. This is my longest life in a long time. But when I basically play one afternoon a week on this character, it definitely added up, that's for sure. The other thing is, I haven't even done like all of my usual quests, so I'm not even sure. Yeah, I guess we can get both bank tabs. I say I don't even know if I have all the space to tuck everything. She put on Elm Street. Oh, I don't care. If that's your Halloween jam, you should do it. Oh, come here. Let's get a small group of stuff together. Someone just shot that green stuff at me. It's not cool. Alright. Favorite Halloween movie? Probably really don't have a Halloween movie. I generally don't watch scary movies in general. I typically find them to be pretty boring. Can you call Weird Science Halloween-y? Or, what's the movie where the kid, like, goes under, like, a monster takes the kid under the bed and shows him the world of the monsters or whatever? I feel like that movie's kind of like a Halloween movie. No, this is like more of a comedy type thing. No, not that either. I'll figure it out in a minute. I think it's got monsters in the name somewhere. Like Monsters Inc. or something, maybe? That doesn't sound right. I'm still red alerted. Hey. Little Nemo? That's probably it. I have actually no idea right now. Take the ballista. Fire! All I know is there's a scene that's amazing where, like, the monster shows up to the guy's house and drinks all of like, stepdad's or apple juice or something. Then he refills the apple juice with wee. And, like, recloses it and puts it back in the refrigerator. That was really funny. Where he holds up a scepter and says pajama a lot. 69 black apples. Alright, hang on. Oh, it's called Little Monsters, the movie I'm thinking of. This is the movie I'm thinking of. But, Monster Squad was pretty funny. I love Gremlins, but I always think of Gremlins as a Christmas movie. I'm just like Googling Halloween movies and see if any of the ones that Google say are Halloween movies that I even like enjoyed. Casper was okay. That's the first one. I haven't watched that in years. Beetlejuice is a fun movie. So I don't know, like creepy, quote unquote scary movies. I just like figure out and find them to be super predictable, and I don't care for predictable movies. The first Scream movie was okay. Alright. Should have enough now to get a... Get out of here. To get a Ghostbane Ruby. So that gives us 1 at the moment. That's not currently tied up in items. Oh, probably went in the augment bag. Yeah, I have 1 that's not tied up in items. We do have quite a few of them floating around. Most of them are like in level 4 things. So, Haberdash is the quickest almond quest, I think. The poison damage, I think, has something to do with the alchemist. So it looks like the alchemist stuff will be have poisons involved. Wow, I'm taking a lot of damage. I guess this is level 23 and we're level 18, so... I didn't cast all of my buffs. What's that?
Come.
Pajama? Huh. It's like a little section from your favorite Halloween movie. I'll watch this as soon as this quest is over. Getting like a hot flash. He always does. What? It's disappointing there's not just a door right there. Alright, let's watch this thing. Hey, you want to put YouTube back on?
Come now, for your own sake, give me the scepter so you can hurry home to your mommy. Is that all you can remember? Ooh, pajamas do scare me so.
Pajamas do scare me. Alright. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's go back and get a different hireling. Tired of having to heal myself every time. See, in other news, for those of you who are semi-interested in the other goings-on in the world, apparently, the person doing the autopsy on Jeffrey Epstein has announced that he was in fact strangled, but not if it was self-strangulation or not, as I understand it. So, I mean, one way or another, you got that to look forward to. Ooh, we got our bad roll out of the way. Big one, 100. 100. 88, I'll take that. 88 is 5,000 experience points and a long-lasting potion of range power. Okay, well, I'll still take it, but I'll take it with a slightly heavier heart. Oh, man. Pajama, pajama, pajama. Let's just get this out of the way. 15 range power. Get out of here with your nonsense. Alright, we have 9 more keys. If I recall, this gives us, like, still not very many. Ah, isn't that a kiss? You just want to kiss? What else is going on? Looks like Applebee's is doing a 25-cent wing with a coupon. Beef's favorite, Applebee's.
The sound of ravenous groans from behind the door sets your nerves on edge. The desiccated corpses collapse with a sickening thud.
We're taking the kid out for his birthday today, assuming the weather holds. It's not too bad right now. Here in Sarlona, it's cold, but it's not snowy and the roads aren't bad, so.
The last of the skeletal forms clatters to the ground.
I think the bad weather is supposed to start here in a couple hours, though, so we'll see. After seeing some of the snow from Denver, I was like, yeah, it's pretty bad.
A muffled shout can be heard from the passageway.
Yeah, I'm ready for the cold front to be passed. The wife gave me some stuff earlier today, and my nose is actually pretty clear for the first time in a couple of days. So I will take it. Every once in a while, I feel like the wizards were definitely drunk making certain items. Roar! 23 spooky almonds. Alright. That should give us enough spooky almonds, I think, for their ingredients. That's dumb. Opening a bag should not interrupt your recall. Yeah, okay. So we have enough of that. We have enough of this. Now we need more caramels to make another ghost touch. Usually I try to make like between 2 and 4 a year. I've really only found that that's... I don't like that one. It's so dark. I'd rather do this one. I feel like somewhere between 2 and 4 is about all I really need for new weapons and stuff. What did you guys get out of the Maybar event this year? And what are items that I am overlooking? I'll double check to make sure I built a level 4 of pretty much everything that's new. Because it's so cheap. I would consider getting another one of each of these bite things. In fact, I might do that. Called spooky or something, right? Let's see how many. Yeah, I have 2 festival diamonds of intelligence. And then what's the wisdom one called? I just have 1 festival. I mean, I might make 1 more wisdom. Can't waste time on hardcore for what, the Maybar? The Maybar ends before the hardcore, doesn't it? So I'm pretty sure this ends at the end of the weekend. Like maybe this ends Monday. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like it ends pretty quick. So, I mean, again, I'm not like Voodoo and Nim, who are like running these things at level 30, grinding out epic Epic Past Lives, or Tobrel even for that matter. Like, I realize that a lot of people, that's a lot of experience to leave on the side, but I'm not that worried about it. Yeah, there's probably like a better life now. But I've got to take one of the Samiuses to 30 anyway, so kind of check out the new stuff as we get off of the hardcore server, and then see what happens from there. But as a guy who's still working on his racials, not super stressed out over working on iconic lives yet. I'll go back to working on iconic lives when I'm done with my racials. Or not iconics, epic lives. Speaking of which, it looks like, like I said, we have, what, to the 15th? So we're in our final 2 weeks, basically, of hardcore server. And then after that's done, we'll be back to playing on Sarlona hardcore again. Which means sometime in the next not too distant future, we will be taking our voting for our next race. Patch to work on, because this is our third half-orc life, I believe. So whatever day we start taking those votings, you're going to want to be around. Monk. Monk's not a race, but that is a good place to start. Personally, I kind of want to do half-elf and fiddle with, like, the bard, the sorcerer, and maybe something else. And kind of fiddle with that half-elf dilettante feat some more. I don't know why I'm now trained to look at gear because of the hardcore server. I'm like, oh, what kind of belt is that? Doesn't matter on live. Not really. But I've been retaught to look on the hardcore server to see if the gear is good. Like, ooh, a belt. A belt I can't use yet. What does that do? Oh, nothing. That's what it does. It does nothing. It gets sold to a vendor. That's what it does. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm really enjoying the extra damage that you get from, like, the spell singer doing its thing on the hardcore server. And I can't help but wonder what it'd be like on a half-elk Sork that's also a fire specialist doing the extra layer of fire damage. The biggest challenge with that'll be is that you won't have the awaken ability until way later. So, like on your Tiefling, you can go up to Racial Tree and you can awaken things to your spell power with the Scorch. Well, on a half elf, you would not have that ability. So I'm a little bit concerned with how that would work. I need to be remembering I have displacement. Probably taking a whole lot less damage with it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't get that awaken until much later. Unless you're a Tiefling. But a lot of things do take fire damage. So, not generally that big of a deal. Not generally, anyway. There he is. Where are you? Nah, Beef's the king of Korthos. Beef can continue to be the king of Korthos. I don't want the responsibility. Not of that. How are we doing? No. Now we need cinnamon sticks. What else do we have going on today? Anything else in the news today? Not really.
The distant sounds of panicked voices and scattered fighting echo from the walls. The moonlight reveals
I know the big news for me is that I tried really hard to get Jerry to try again on the hardcore server, but I was going to help him. He wouldn't. Didn't feel like he had the willpower to knock it out, is what he said on Twitter. I feel like if we were just going to 20, we could get there really quickly. But it does take time, and it didn't sound like he had a lot of free time right now. With the
sound of fleeing
Lotro stuff and DDO stuff, like, sounded like he was pretty stretched on both ends of the candle there. Can't say that I blame him for that at all. Hey, we made a kitty. Look at that. Kitty in the pipe and we can't touch it.
The money collapses into a pile of scattered
Oh, it's a fox. It's not a kitty. My bad. My bad. Fox in the pipe and we can't touch it. 3 skeletons. Alright. Usually it's 2 skeletons and 2 archers. I'm not sure what that means.
The door opens. In the distance, you can see a lever, which seems to control the next gate. The gate opens, revealing a courtyard and a ladder. Dark creatures begin to appear in the shadows. The ladder slides into place, allowing access to the rooftops above. The zombie in the courtyard looks strangely
Zombie in the courtyard.
undead. Roderick Neville's undead form slumps to the
Aw, boo. Yeah, this one's one of the better ones for like speed and I think feeling like you're moving forward. For me, that's a big deal. Is to feel like you're doing something different in the quest, like you're actually proceeding through the quest, not just spending however much time you have to spend in the quest before you complete. I think that's the problem with the Smashing Pumpkins quest, is that it's very... You're doing the same thing for like 10 minutes and you're not doing anything else. There's no forward momentum. And that's tough. Alright, what else do we have? Another... I think we needed 2 of these, didn't we? Dong.
The distant sounds of panicked voices and scattered fighting echo from the walls. The moonlight reveals a
So I don't have any like tips or tricks or anything for any of these quests. It's not... You just kind of bang your head against the wall and knock them out. Speaking of banging your head against the wall and knocking them out, I would suspect to see a Tobrel show up pretty soon. I think he's been doing some A-bar stuff on his lunch breaks, but his characters are post 20, so I don't suspect we will be teaming up with him in that way, but we might get him on voice chat. I'll probably be wrapping up around 1:30. I have a guy coming over to help me with the bus. So for those of you who don't know, I've been remodeling or working on remodeling the bus to move into it full time in a year or so, maybe 2. I don't know. There we go. Now we're back to 2 melees and 2 ranged. I actually prefer it when it's 3 melees, but it's alright. And so yesterday I was working on tearing some more stuff out of the inside. And apparently they ran antifreeze through the bus to the back of the bus through these big pipes as the rear heater. And so I cut into that, and so basically I started draining out my radiator. So yeah, all the fluid now is running into like a fluid catch bucket, and I'm gonna have to clean up that, recut some pipes and close that system off. So I'll just make it loop back in on itself much earlier instead of going through the fan. I'll have like a little video slash I'll do like another little short chatting when I start working on it, or right before or something, so you get like a little video update on it, but it won't be like the whole time I'm working on it or something. Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I really thought it was going to be like air conditioning gas is what I kind of thought, but I mean, it's not a big deal. If you go back, for those of you who are interested in the bus stuff, I did like a short, like 7-minute video yesterday on the bus. Here it is. Copy. Right here. It's just like a short bus talk. I'll probably do another short bus talk. A lot of it's just my head. And then I kind of walked around the bus and kind of showed some things off. Alright, so there's 2 Rubies of Ghostbane. So what else do we actually need? Let's take all of the festival stuff out and put them at the end so we can just kind of look. Do we have a Ruby of the Vampire? Look if we have any Vampire Slayer ones. I think we have a bunch of Endless Night ones in the guild bank. I don't think we have any of these. How good are these? Are these any good? 1d4 light damage and a chemical silver. Seems okay. Can't believe we don't have any. Alright, well, let's make up one of these just in case. Oh, do we want to make up an extra set of these too? Probably, right? I mean, these are super cheap. Alright, how many more things do we have? We have 4 keys. Alright, so 4 keys. Let's do one more thing of caramel apples, or caramel candies. I mean, this is the challenge of doing the Maybar event, right? It's not really the challenge of the quest, it's the challenge of being able to do the quest 20 times. So we're good friends, and hitting the stream really makes a difference. Like when I was watching Jerry stream, it was so much easier to do this than it is now doing the stream myself. Like, having something else to listen to and watch while you're doing kind of the same repetitive motion is pretty key. Which is why I'm so happy to be here for you guys, as you guys mindlessly grind out Maybar events. Just wish I had something more interesting to talk about. Said everything this week has been about the bus. Hey, here's a light that I can jump through and not have a problem. We were doing the Head of Golafon, bring me the Head of Golafon last night on the hardcore server. And I jumped through the light, expecting it to be another jump through light, because that's the norm. Nope, it's a solid light. I was like, oh my god. See what else is going on. I power watched this previous season of Lost in Space. I'm ready for season 2. When it comes out. Taking on the bus is brave. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty great once we're done. Ah, man, I've always had a goal of having building my own house. Like, I've wanted to customize it or build it or whatever words you want to use. I've always wanted it to be custom. And this house is great, but I would really like to be able to travel and see the US. And because I had my son at a younger age, I'm still relatively young now that he's out on his own, off at school. So the wife and I can go and do stuff that had my son be turning 10 or 12 right now instead of turning 20, we would still be years away from being able to do it, or we just wouldn't be able to do it all. So, and honestly, I think the bus in particular is just the most cost-effective way to get out there. We can always go back to having a mortgage. You know, we can always go back to, like, settling down someplace with a 9-to-5 and grinding out value with a 15-year mortgage. You know, you can always go back to that. But you can't always be young enough and have the energy to go drive around in your bus and visit this state and that state. Like, I want to hit every state at least once, probably more than once. Several places we're going to stay more long term. No, I imagine that every place that there's something cool to see, that we have friends in the area, we'll probably spend more time.
I'm in the chat right now.
Hey, there's Forian. Haven't seen you in a long time. How you been, buddy?
Been pretty good. I just had a lot of things come up.
Oh, it's good to stay busy as long as they're all good things.
True.
So hopefully nothing but goodness.
I was listening to you talk and thought I'd come over and that way I can stir up problems and trouble.
All I value and appreciate that's about you.
Are we going to try to get you to 20 on the hardcore?
I mean, I will probably take somebody to 20. The Bard is currently at level 13 or 14. So I figure worst case scenario, I'll grab the bard and I'll power her up. The wizard is rank 77, and we're almost done with our 10s. I am just the next quest will give me my 7th Reaper point. So I feel like I'm still on track to get my 10 Reaper points. Don't think it's very likely we're going to get 20 Reaper points, but maybe. I have to look at the chart for 20 Reaper points. I'm not as familiar. Not DDI, DDO wiki, please. Reaper experience. Where's the chart? There we go. Alright, so to get to 20 Reaper points, you need just under 400,000 Reaper point. Sorry, that's not correct. Yeah, that is correct. 400,000 Reaper points. And right now I have almost 49,000 Reaper points. So you're talking about picking up quite a bit more. So I feel like it's relatively unlikely, although if we can get to level 30, we might be able to do it, but I feel like it's pretty unlikely that I'll get that one. But I do think I'll be able to knock out the 10 Reaper points, getting to level 20, and as long as we don't have another death, that's the big thing. If we have another death, then all bets are off on getting the 5,000 favor. I really hope that we can get, all three of us can knock out the 5,000 favor, but I don't know. Honestly, as long as people are having fun watching the stream, that's the big thing, but I know that I'm having fun with the additional risk. But yeah, I figure worst case scenario, I'll start I'll continue to work on the bard as a side project with people. And it's now going to just switch to regular elite run. And I'll put up groups and LFMs as able. But yeah, it's gonna be weird.
There's a lot fewer people now on the hardcore server. I just noticed this morning when I was over there that you stream a ton of names to there. Now you can just barely get a few names that are listed. So
yeah, the evenings are much bigger. The people I think that had the time to play during the day have probably mostly accomplished their goals. But there was still probably 25 or 30 groups last night.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's still pretty busy in the evenings in the US. And again, you guys still have plenty of times to knock out a lot of stuff. Even Thokgar put up a group at level 30 for R10s, which I thought was cool. I don't think the group did anything, but I think it was more of a prank LFM. It was pretty fun. And then, like I said, we did an 8-minute Tempest Spine run. We knocked out Head of Golafon and stuff. Kind of want to log in over there and see where we're at again. I don't remember. quest. I think we have, for tonight, we have the 2 quests out in Anaraxia's Haven, Avon 5 and 6, and the 2 Dragon quests. Let's see, I need some apples. Newcomers and whatever the other one is. So we get those 6 quests done, and we'll be ready to take 15. And then at 15, I want to knock out the Cannith challenges. That'll be a big dent in our favor. Also, possibly the work on getting over to Forgotten Realms side. I guess we can always just go through the Hall of Heroes to the Forgotten Realms side, right?
Yeah.
And then the Forgotten Realms. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of them now. Challenges, I think, are all pretty doable in that 15 range. So that's another big chunk of favor.
I was also going to remind you, don't forget that if you get close to TR in this one, and you can get back up to level 4, they're going to have, you can do the first quest in there, the Lair's Graveyard, and it pays off high XP, and tomorrow's going to have a bonus XP to those quests. So you can get bonus XP.
Why?
On that or any character. Well, it's just free XP.
I mean, why is there, like, is it part of the...
It's a challenge weekend.
Okay, so
XP.
that's not going to matter on the hardcore server.
Oh, that's right. No, nothing works.
Correct. That's why I was like, why is there extra XP? Like, I don't make... but yeah, no. Challenge weekends, no... No,
only other thing else I could suggest for you to do is to buy a couple of the 50% 6 XP pots that are, you know, reduced price right now, and maybe buy a Slayer while they're reduced price, unless you have a couple already picked up through Daily Dastro, and that'll help you really get up there, especially to get from like 15 or 16 all the way up to 20 really fast.
Yeah, if that was the goal, I could do that, I think, pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, those 2 items are on sale, and so, you know, with a party, going up and doing a little slay in the Slayer area with you, getting large mobs, and fairly safe. I'm not saying it's permanently safe. I know people have died in here. So.
Yeah, I know that just like screwing around farming, my wizard, the one that I'm currently playing, just doing like orchard runs, mostly because I like the orchard runs. It's something I can do in my my downtime, and I don't want to necessarily give up Litany if I can help it. And because you have to get your sigil frame assembled, it's something that you can do in downtime. Go hit a chest or whatever. That character has like 3,500-ish Slayer out in the orchard already. I have assembled a complete Tome of Legend book. Or sorry, not Tome of Legend. Shield of Legend book. And I am one Tome page 1 away from completing a Tome of Legend book.
I know I've got a couple. I'll have to check what I've got.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you if I have it.
If you have a 1, I would not be opposed to snagging it. But yeah, we were able to assemble... Ooh, this isn't good. Stunned right here. But yeah, being able to kind of put that stuff together while you're looking for other things is pretty good. And like I said, it's ranked 77, so if things turn sideways and I don't think I can get the 5,000 favor, and I don't think I can get... Man. I don't know what's going on. Am I like, bleeding out of my chin or something? No. It's just wet. Okay. Anyway, if I can, if it starts to look like I can't get the 5,000 favor, although I'm pretty sure we can, I can run somebody up to level 20, I think, pretty quickly. Again, that Bard feels really, really strong. You know, especially on not Reapers, with the ability to self-heal, to have the song regeneration going on. The 3 different sonic scream type effects that basically do you know, nothing doesn't take full sonic damage hardly. Everything pretty much takes sonic damage. So it may not be the greatest. I may not be crossing into the 2,000 like I am with the wizard, but it definitely feels good to always be able to hit everything. So I said it feels very strong. The Bard. So worst case scenario, like I said, I figure I could probably get the Bard to 20 pretty quickly. Which I honestly did not care about until Beef like kind of rubbed it in my face a little bit last night. He's like, I got a cooler cloak than you. I'm like, ah. This cannot stand. But I don't want to pull the Bard ahead of the guys, and I'll do my best to try to keep the favor close. In case something happens to my wizard, I can swap over to my Bard and then just go back to the not Reaper. I feel like there's a chest up here too. Oh, there it is. I did not get this chest last time I was in here.
You also made a comment about Bernie, about the autopsy earlier. I didn't get to comment on that, but I have my own conspiracies, thoughts.
Oh, the Jeffrey Epstein?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't make any comments about Bernie. I was like, what comments did I make about Bernie?
Sorry.
It's okay. Anyway, what's your paranoid factor saying about the Epstein stuff?
Well, I think that he's, excuse the expression, is such a sleazebag that he's got pictures or probably have people having maybe sex with minors or something like that. And I think that too many people with too much money would not want that stuff to pop to keep him. You know, he would probably turn that stuff in if it could get him a lower jail sentence or something like that. You know, like they always, you hear these guys that murder somebody and says, well, I'll give you an unsolved case if you give me a lighter sentence, you know. And so they make deals like that all the time. And if he had high officials or somebody that is, you know, notable, and he had pictures of them with like 15 or 14 or even 16-year-olds that, you know, that might get his sentences reduced to nothing.
Well, I don't think he'd get reduced to nothing. I think he would have been pretty done.
Well, they murderers, you'd figure that too, but they do pretty good on those deals when they start talking about big people, you know, profile.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a guy who's going to subscribe to conspiracy theories, but when they come out and they say things like the autopsy is leaning a particular direction, or that it's more likely that this happened than that, I would agree that it is probably a situation where somebody took him out. To which I tend to say things like goodbye to bad garbage. And I'm hoping that somewhere out there, if there are mysterious files of other people, high-powered people, people with dollars, being inappropriate with children, or inappropriate with anyone, really. I'm not going to limit that to just children, but I'm going to say if there's evidence out there of people being mistreated, I hope that evidence finds its way forward and those people can be removed. I do not want those people in my society.
I would agree, but like I said, sometimes money speaks, and just because you're in prison doesn't mean that you're safe. There's people that are killed all the time.
If you look at the stuff that... Okay, so these are junk ones that just need thrown away. Yeah, these are all bad. But yeah, there's plenty of bad dudes out there, and dudes, I mean, not gender specific. There's plenty of bad people out there. Hopefully he got what was coming to him, and hopefully he will be gone. And hopefully something like this never happens again. But I don't know, if they find evidence of stuff, I hope they investigate it and find who took matters in their own hands, and those people go away. If it turns out that a powerful politician or a rich person with lots of money crossed lines, I want them... This was not the justice that I was looking for, but at the same time, I'm not going to lose any sleep over a bad dude like this being...
I don't think that any of the young ladies that's involved got justice out of it. Didn't get a chance to, to express their... I don't know how you.
I don't feel like they had a bunch of witnesses. They didn't get a chance to confront their I don't want to say perpetrator, their attacker, the person that put them in that position. I don't know how many people were in the position where they could confront him, but I know that a lot of people say you get most of your closure comes from that kind of stuff, confronting your accuser in court, or making sure they get what they deserve. So I agree. It would have been nice if they could have done that. I just don't know how much of the case involves that kind of stuff. But yeah, that is definitely trending. It is definitely trending. Alright, I have 2 more keys. I think I'm going to knock out 2 more Haberdashes just to round out the keys and take us to probably just a little bit past the bottom of the hour. And that's probably we'll wrap up for the day. I said it is a little bit shorter, but as I have been taking mornings off all week to work on bus stuff, the fact that I'm even here right now means I'm not working on the bus before it snows. So hopefully you guys will cut me a little bit of slack in that department.
Did you get any painting done on the bus?
No, I've been working on inside stuff. I made a short video And again, I linked it in the chat a little bit ago. I wonder if it's still in the paste.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, there we go. Linked it again. But I did a little short video showing the kind of stuff that we've done. I'll make another one. I'll do another like go live, just chatting thing about the bus talk later today. Yeah, we haven't busted out any paint yet. I was hoping to, but I don't know. Something about crawling up on top of the bus when it's wind blowing and gusting like this does not sound great. And I finally figured out how to put the deck in. I'm still not 100% sure if I want to put the deck in before I paint or after I paint. I don't want to put anything on this stop sign thing at all. I just want to take it all out. I don't want anything on that nozzle. And I don't even want that thing there. I just want it all taken out. That might change as I fiddle with stuff, but currently I'm just gonna pull that all out and rivet it shut with a different piece of sheet metal.
Oh man, no, you don't want that on there so that you can flash it out and have a little sign there, expression of somebody cutting you off or something like that. You just flip it out there.
No, like I said, all the lines dealing with that kind of stuff, all those laws change so often. I just want it gone. I don't want that there. And honestly, because I'm going so slow in the bus, I don't even care if someone passes me or cuts me off or whatever. I mean, the top speed currently is 63 miles an hour on the bus. I'm hoping I'll be able to change that limiter to a little bit higher, but probably not super much higher than that. If I can get it to like 72 or so, I think I'll be pretty pleased.
Well, at that speed, at least you know that everywhere you go you'll get there in an hour. You know, travel 60 miles, be there in an hour.
Yeah, I mean, again, the problem is that when that is your top speed, there's no, you know, when you hit the interstate and you got to go a little quicker for whatever reason, you know, there is no more quicker.
Does it or can you put cruise control on it?
I probably could put cruise control on it. The thing is, it has a limiter. Like, it's got plenty of engine. It's got plenty of transmission. So, yeah, I might be adding 2,000 pounds to it, but I've also already ripped out probably half of that. So, it's going to kind of even itself out. And you put a bunch of kids in it. Put a V10 or V12 in it. That would be a step down, Titan.
Diesel is the way to go.
Yeah, it's a big old fatty.
Is it a 4 or a 6?
I do not remember, but I believe that it's...
Depends how old it is. If it's 4, it's still awesome. People have no idea how big those pistons and things are on those 4s and 6s. And plus that, you could go some of the trucker dealerships, and you could probably get a blower for it with a diesel engine and increase the horsepower by 150. And that is a lot of horsepower on a diesel engine.
Aren't all buses V8s? I have no idea.
No.
Like, it's a big old fatty. It's huge. It's got ample power. I'm actually more worried about the fact of its gearing ratio, if it's set up more for mountains or more for plains. But this was from western Kansas, so it's honestly, it's hard telling. The way it kind of drives, I suspect it's probably more geared for mountainous regions, which is good. That's what I want.
change gears really quick?
I mean,
You know, like you go for change. If it's not, if it's geared high, then it's and then it's like about half the distance of them.
again, it's hard to tell because again, you're sitting on top of this giant power thing, right? And then you get up to speed, and then it's not like you're changing gears very many times. You know, you basically put it in go, and then you might shift gears like 3 times, and then you're done. Like, oh, this is it. We're done. It's a matter of how fast you want to go. Do you want to go 55? Then that's up to you. You want to go 60? All right, put your foot to the ground and leave it there. Don't move. So I thought about taking the limiter out altogether and putting it in a cruise control, but I think instead we'll just move the limiter to like 75 or so. Yeah, it's a different beast. I have not driven anything like it before, and unless I buy a different bus later, I don't know if I'll ever drive anything like it again. It's an Amtran, A-M-T-R-A-N, which is not a very popular school bus, I guess. So a lot of information is not out there on it, not like some of the other manufacturers. So there's a lot of like figuring it out. All I know is it is a big boy engine with a lot of power and a lot of get there. We actually had a brake try to lock up on us, and ended up going like, I don't know, a couple of miles until I could get pulled over and back up and check it out. And like I was putting water on that brake to try to loosen it up. And it was like instantly boiling away, but the engine didn't even care. The engine didn't even slow down. It just, like, we knew that it was locked up, but it did not give a. The engine didn't care. The transmission didn't care. It's just like, oh, this is not fun. This is not how we want to drive. But it just pulled it along. It was all gas. So it's got lots of power. And they're also meant to, you know, hold. See, that bus had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. How many seats were in there? I'd probably say 16 seats, 2 people per seat. Say, hang on, let me math this really quick. Let's see, so 16 seats times 2 times, let's say, 250 pounds. So, like, it's probably totally easily able to handle another 8,000 pounds, and not including seats and other stuff we've already ripped out. How about emissions reduction? That's not my problem. That is somebody else's problem. We can talk about emissions and greenhouse gases on a different show. Speaking of different show, I think I'm going to wrap it up for this evening. I gotta, work on the bus a little bit. I'm going to try to get that, those lines patched around so I can finish pulling out that rear heater. And then we're having Remington's birthday dinner this evening. So I got a bunch of that stuff to take care of before we get carried away. Anyway, everybody, I hope you had a wonderful evening. and or afternoon. I'll be back around 8 or so, give or take, probably. I hope to see you guys then. I don't raid people on DDO stream days. Because I cannot control what people say on other things when I send people off of DDO streams. So, no raids on DDO stream days. But if Stream Tom is streaming, it's a good time. You guys can check him out over at Stream Tom's channel. And my channel will auto-host. So, oh my goodness, it still says just chatting, not DDO. What? Twitch, really? Really? Alright, everybody. We'll see you guys in a couple hours. Toodles.